Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. This is a very popular style bag that I make, and I know how much you love to see the different looks of them when I put different papers and stamps and things with them. So I'm doing another one, and I'm absolutely loving Magenta Madness with both smoky slate and grey, basic grey. It's lovely. Hot pink and grey. Gorgeous combination. I'm absolutely loving it. And although that's what I've done on this sample, I'm going to do a slight variation. So this is the whole Tasteful touches of Tasteful? What's it called? Sweet. In Good Taste Sweet. You can tell I'm not used to the catalogue yet, but this is using that sweet, and I'm using a slightly different pattern. So we've got brickwork here that's very grey, and obviously the inside of the other side of the paper is this lovely grey. So I pulled out a similar pattern that's very Sahara sand, I would say, with wood grain actually on the other side, but I still love it. It's 30.5 by 30.5 centimetres, 12 by 12 inches, full size. And the one that you work on first, the first side that you score, is where your brickwork or your pattern, if you're going to do a different paper, it's where it's the correct, what's the word? It looks right. It's the right way up. Okay, score it at 2 inches, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11.5 inches, which in metric is 5, 14.5, 19.5, and 29. Then turn it and score it at 2 inches, 5 centimetres, and turn the paper over. Don't turn it round, turn it over, and score it at 10 inches, 10.5 inches. Oops, that's okay, it's going to get covered. 10.5 inches, 27 centimetres. Okay, so bring it back to the right way round. And I will tell you the finished dimensions. It's, 3 3/4 by 2 by 7, which is 9.5 by 5 by 18.5. Good size. Okay. I'm feeling for all my parts. There's the last one. Okay, so one of these lengths is wider than the other. The shallower one is the top, this one is the bottom. So therefore this one we need to fold the other way because we scored it the other way. And where I started to score the wrong place, which is just there, it's all getting covered over. So that's all good. Okay, so that's the top, this is the bottom. And you cut up your scored lines. And wedge into the squares as well. Didn't edge that square, let's do that. And put this one and remove it completely. Okay, so this part is all going to come round and fold round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Seal Plus going there. I'll fold it over to keep it in place, and I'm just going to reinforce with my fingers those score lines. There's the final one. Okay, so tear and tape or Seal Plus down there, fold it over and stick it down, fold the two sides in and the back, and some more Seal Plus there. Okay, so this is now the front, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch there, and gently it will fall, depending on what you've got inside as to how much of a how much it will pinch in. It might be more, it might be less. So the colour combination I'm putting with this, not hot pink, I'm going Bermuda Bay. nice and bright. Now I don't have a Bermuda Bay ribbon, so I've pinched this one that is from the Playing with Patterns trio. So you get 3 ribbons in that bundle: Night of Navy, Purple Posy, and this one, which I'm going to say is Coastal Cabana. It's quite a stiff ribbon, so oops. I'm not sure how happy it's going to be about me tying it into a bow. That's okay. Very much holds its shape, this particular ribbon. There we go. So that's on there. Lovely. Right, my panels that I've got here, just checking, this one's 3.5 centimetres, so this is 3.25 inches. 3.5 inches and 3.25, which is going to make it 9 centimetres for the bigger one and 8.5 for the white panel. White panel I'm going to stamp all over with my Sahara Sand and the Tasteful Touches stamp set. So I want this image and I think that image in the background. And I'm going to grab the flower out while I'm here. That one and the feather. Grab a bunch of blocks. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to stamp it off so that I get slightly paler. And this one I'm going to leave as the full depth of colour. So you get 2 tones in one image, or from one ink. Couldn't speak then. Put those off to one side. Bring in my Bermuda Bay and my flower, and not the smallest scrap of Whisper White ever, but it'll do. And ink that up. And I want that colour to move around, so I'm looking for my Wink of Stella, which I've got here. And let me zoom in for a second. When you pick up that ink from the darker panels and move it about, it makes the colour bleed. And so you get a nice rich deep dark for the main stamped area, but you've made the colour wash out in the middle. And because it's Wink of Stella, it glitters or shimmers. I'm not sure how well you're seeing it, but it's lovely, utterly delightful. Oops, just bash the camera as I zoom back out again. Okay, let's get this cut. Fussy cutting, not my area of expertise, but you know, I like to give it a go. I have learnt the art, or the technique is to move your cardstock, not your scissors. And I believe that if you don't work on the tip of the scissors, you work down near the hinge, you get a better result. I don't know, I just do what works. I do love the fact that it's called fussy cutting. I commented, I put a post up not that long ago and said I'd been doing fussy cutting, and happened to share it to my personal profile on Facebook. And somebody said, why is it called fussy cutting? Why isn't it just called cutting out? I actually don't know the answer to that. If anybody knows why this is specifically called fussy cutting as opposed to cut out or cutting out, please let me know, because I would love to know. Because I actually had to say to that person, well, I don't know. I don't know why it's called fussy cutting. It just is. Them's the rules. Okay, so let me put my panels together. So I'm going to go with regular seal on it. Regular seal this time. Put my panels together. And then I want some dimensionals, which I've left the building. They're not, they're underneath the stamp set. Take 4 of those, or apparently 5. And I don't want this at the bottom, I want it a bit more up than that. Pop it on there, a couple more dimensionals on the back of my flower. And that is a nice any occasion bag. There's no greeting, no sentiment, there's just pretty stamping and beautiful colours. So which do you prefer, grey and pink or blue and Sahara sand, blue and brown? I don't know, I like them both. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to see you very soon. Bye.